From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. It is a chilly start out there this morning as we are down into the 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. The same thing with the lower Columbia Basin and in the Blue Foothills. In fact, all of us for lower elevations could maybe run into a little bit of frost this morning. The same thing applies to the Blues, where we're in the mid-20s and we're in the 20s and 30s up in the Cascades. Here's your day planner for today for lower elevations. We're going to start off in the 40s, then around lunchtime we'll be up into the 60s, and then around 70 degrees at the peak of daytime heating. Plenty of sunshine. It is going to be a gorgeous day out there. We're going to have a lot of days just like this throughout this week. We're going to continue to keep it warm, lots of sunshine ahead, but as we head into Easter weekend, looks like we're going to have another bout of winds to deal with, especially for the Kittitas Valley, and a shout out to the Blue Foothills of Morrow County as well. Could be pretty windy there. We'll touch on this more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, an update on the bathrooms that were vandalized at the Kennewick Park. An investigation into the fire that was initially suspected as arson has been revealed, plus what they plan to do about these restrooms in the future.
And If I Want Candy is one of your favorite songs, we have great news for you as a popular candy shop opens its first brick and mortar store right here in Pasco. We have all the delicious details.
Also ahead, are smartphones affected by the new round of tariffs? There's some mixed signals that have people confused. We have all the facts and we break it down for you. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, April 14th. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Did you enjoy some sunshine a little bit?
I tried to.
Yeah.
You know, I got some naps in
between naps.
I did enjoy some sunshine too. Hopefully you did also.
Absolutely. Got outside and played with the kids.
And hopefully we get more spring weather, but Josh will have more on that later this morning. But we want to start with new information. Benton County Sheriff's deputies dispatched to a domestic assault just a few hours ago in Findlay. And deputies say this happened at a home, saying a 60-year-old woman threatened her 38-year-old daughter and 17-year-old granddaughter with a knife. The grandmother was arrested on multiple charges, including felony harassment, threats with a weapon, and assault. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll update you once we know more.
And we have a follow-up on a story that we first brought you Friday out of Yakima. A fire broke out at a home on North Keys Road that is just by the Amazon Distribution Center. Well, an Apple Valley News Now viewer had sent us some footage from the scene. Take a look. There it is right there on your screen. Fire crews responding to the scene around 6. Witnesses say one home and a car had caught fire. Still no word on just what sparked that blaze or if there are any injuries as they are continuing to investigate.
In crime news, police respond to a large disturbance involving over 20 people at Claybell Park. Witnesses say a gunshot was fired into the air on Thursday, and that was during a fight between two groups. Multiple agencies assisted at the scene. One juvenile was taken to Cadlick with injuries from a physical altercation, and a firearm and shell casings were recovered. The investigation is still ongoing.
And we have an update now on the bathroom that had extensive damage at Two Rivers Park in Kennewick. Initially, arson was suspected as the source of that fire. The fire broke out on March 13th. However, according to a new report from the Benton County Sheriff's Office, their investigation can't confirm if it was arson or not. So now, to prevent the ongoing issue of tagging and vandalism, at the park, officials have taken proactive measures since that fire. Fencing has been installed around the area, and a survey to test for hazardous materials was also done and didn't find any on the site there. So the county plans to demolish the old restroom in the near future. It also plans to refurbish the concrete pad and cap existing utilities there, and porta potties will be installed at the park instead.
And Doc's Pizza in Granger is warning customers about a fake website on Google that's scamming people. The owner says the website pretending to be the pizza place started a year ago by posting their Facebook post. And they said it's a scam website, but according to the owners, the scammers have gotten more serious as they're now taking fake online orders. They want people to know the only page they have is their Facebook page, and they only take in-person orders at the location or over the phone. The owners also say they have notified Google about the fake website. However, Google has not done so yet. And if you've worked at Hanford or any atomic energy site across the country, listen to this. You may be able to qualify for important benefits, and this through United Energy Workers Healthcare. It's a labor-approved provider of in-home care services. They're helping former atomic workers live longer, healthier, and more independent lives at home. Patient Benefits Advisor Tiki Davis says for her, this mission is personal.
This whole area is founded off of the Hanford site. My father worked out there, my grandfather worked out there, and I saw how it impacted their health, and I love the opportunity to give back to the community and provide others with the assistance that my family was able to benefit from.
Davis says she's helped a lot of former Hanford workers through her 13 years with the organization, and she says she's grateful to be able to give back. And to learn more about these benefits, you can visit our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. Now to a heads up for drivers in Walla Walla. A series of street closures could impact your commute this week. Baum Street between Center and South Division will be closed tomorrow. That's April 15th. Howard Street between Juniper and Locust closes Wednesday, April 16th. And Chase Street between Malcolm and Harrison will be closed on Thursday. Local residents and pedestrians will still have access, but emergency cars will not.
5:06 now, in the city of Prosser is taking on a new initiative with their curbside subscription recycling program. The mayor says that this program would be a monthly charge of $24 and that it would not be mandatory for everyone who lives in Prosser. It's only if you choose to subscribe. The mayor says those people would get a 96-gallon recycling container to be emptied out every week. The mayor says, though, they do need a certain number of participants before Basin Disposal will deliver those containers to the community.
Goal is to get 400 subscribers, and it is an uphill battle because there are lots of people in Prosser that are terrific recyclers, and they bring their stuff right here to the transfer station. Again, this is a matter of convenience for other people that care to recycle and have the recyclables picked up right at the curb.
Now, if the city does not reach its goal, the mayor says they won't be able to move forward with the program. This recycling program will only accept metal and mixed paper, including cardboard, but they won't be taking any plastics or glass.
And check this out now. A new candy shop held its ribbon cutting ceremony in Pasco on Friday.
3, 2, 1, cut your ribbon!
I love it. The ribbon cutting was hosted by the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce. JoJo's Freeze-Dried Goodies brings a unique twist to the world of sweets, from fruity favorites to chocolate delights, and even viral pickle chips to super sour candy and so much more. You can find it all there. The business has technically been around for a while, but they've been doing it out of the owner's home. And they aren't only available in Pasco either. JoJo's is in over 15 airports across the U.S. and even most recently at the White House.
And so the reason they asked for it is because a lot of people come in for different souvenirs and stuff like that. So basically in that same weekend, we created Sarah Space Treats for the airports and the White House gift shop. Yeah, so we do all different kinds of freeze-dried candy. We do freeze-dried pickles, which is what really blew our social media up, made us go viral. We have candy for everybody.
Yum, candy for everybody.
Ooh, look at that. I'm getting hungry already. Well, JoJo's is located near the airport on North Swallow Avenue, and their hours of operation are Wednesday through Thursday, 10 to 4, Friday, 10 to 5, and every first and third Saturday, 10 to 5 as well.
So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Will the price of smartphones go up with new tariffs in place? We have the details coming up after the break.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222. To keep your home cool and comfortable all summer, your air conditioner needs maintenance this spring. Vance will inspect, test, and clean your AC so it's ready for hot weather. Don't take a chance. Call Vance.
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community's spirit for 14 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies the question, Where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple. With you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player. It's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our boys chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Suites.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
My family's been serving the Tri-Cities since 1939 at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And we have some deals we don't want you to miss. Choose from these long-handled garden tools at only $19.99. Miracle-Gro garden soil, 2 bags for $10. That's a 42% savings. Roundup weed and grass killer sale priced at $22.99. Triple 16 fertilizer, the lowest price around, only $24.88. See all the deals using this QR code. Come see us at Griggs and the Tri-Cities Ace stores. And thank you for your business.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
You're going to want to hear this.
When I became president, I asked about the secrets. Aliens, Bigfoot, who killed JFK.
Why didn't you tell me what was coming?
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a temperature tour this morning. We start off in Kittitas County, where we're at freezing for Snoqualmie Pass, below freezing for Cle Elum, below freezing for Ellensburg, and above freezing for Vantage. So you might run into a little bit of frost in these areas. Then in the Yakima Valley, looks like we're mostly above freezing, although we're seeing a triplet of 33s for Toppenish, Sunnyside, and Grandview. So we're cutting it pretty close there. In the lower Columbia Basin, technically below freezing for the Tri-Cities, right at freezing for Hermiston. So also maybe a little bit frosty there. Then in the Blue Foothills, mid-30s. We're seeing 20s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, 25 for Cabbage Hill, 27 for Ukiah. All right, now on to your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning. By the late morning, it's going to be light jacket weather. And then at the peak of daytime heating, it's going to be t-shirt weather, as we will have plenty of sunshine. We'll have high temperatures that'll be about 5-ish degrees above average for this time of the year. That means mid to upper 60s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, low 70s for the lower Columbia Basin, right around 70 for the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County, Umatilla County, and Morrow County. But plenty of sunshine, very nice day on tap. We'll have more days just like this over the next 7 days, but getting a little bit windy and a little bit more interesting for Easter weekend. I'll touch on that coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:13 in your national headlines this morning. Ahead of the stock market opening, there's more confusion over President Trump's tariffs. Days after saying smartphones and laptops would be exempt, President Trump now says that they will have tariffs soon, and there are concerns that prices are going to go up because of that. ABC's Perry Russman has more on the details.
This morning, another reversal in President Trump's tariffs. Days after saying smartphones, laptops, and other electronics would be exempt from his latest round of tariffs, Trump now saying those products will be targeted soon.
Well, that's going to be announced very soon, and we'll be discussing it. But we'll also talk to companies. You know, you have to show a certain flexibility. Nobody should be so rigid. You have to have a certain flexibility.
The president now focusing on tariffs for semiconductors, small materials used to make everything from smartphones to cars. Trump says he'll announce their tariff rate over the next week.
The tariffs will be in place in the not distant future because, as you know, like we did with steel, like we did with automobiles, like we did with aluminum, which are now fully on, we'll be doing that with semiconductors, with chips, and numerous other things.
There are wide concerns the tariffs will raise prices on American consumers. But the Trump administration says one of their overall goals is to boost manufacturing in the U.S.
We need to have semiconductors, we need to have chips, and we need to have flat panels. We need to have these things made in America.
Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren on CNN, accusing Trump's tariff rollout of being loaded with chaos and corruption.
You can't get an economy strong and moving forward when it's loaded with chaos and corruption. Investors will not invest in the United States when Donald Trump is playing red light, green light.
Well, the Trump administration says while some countries have reached out to negotiate on tariffs, China still faces a tariff of 145%. And right now, there are no plans set for President Trump to speak with President Xi Jinping. Well, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Still ahead, we check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, and he will have your first alert forecast as we make our way into this week, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It's 5:15. We'll be right back.
Getting the home of your dreams is easy during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Find great deals on every sofa, every bed, and every dining group. Or get 60 months no interest financing. The home makeover sale on now at Furniture Row.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Spring is in the air, so let's fill it with music. At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, our New Beginnings Spring Used Piano Sale is in full swing. From charming uprights to grand statement pieces, we've got gently loved pianos at prices that'll put a spring in your step. Each piano is expertly tuned, ready to play, and waiting for you. Spring into new beginnings today at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in Richland, because life's more fun when you know how to play.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
SDCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Getting the home of your dreams is easy during the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Find great deals on every sofa, every bed, and every dining group. Or get 60 months no interest financing. The home makeover sale on now at Furniture Row.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous, fantastic day out there. Lots of sunshine. It is going to be about 5 degrees, about 5 degrees above average for this time of the year. So we'll be in the upper 60s to low 70s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, low 70s in the lower Columbia Basin, right around 70 for the Blue Foothills, maybe a little bit cooler than that, and of course cooler for the higher terrain. Wind's going to gust out of the north and east for the Blue Foothills, out of the south and east for the Cascades. Peak wind gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then for tonight, overnight lows falling down into the 30s and 40s, so not as cold as this morning. I think most of us probably won't have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, or the plumbing. And once again, the wind's going to come out of the north and east in the Blue Foothills, out of the south and east for the Cascades. And again, those peak gusts between like 20 to 30 miles per hour. Our forecast is going to stay pretty dry over the next 7 days. Maybe we could have a few showers in the Blues for Thursday, maybe a few showers up in the Cascades for Easter Sunday. But other than that, a pretty dry forecast. Also, it is going to be a warm forecast, or at the very least seasonal to super seasonal. Will end up being about 10 degrees above average for Tuesday, back down to seasonal high temperatures for Thursday, and then cooling off again into Easter Sunday. So kind of up and down, but in general, pretty seasonal stuff. I did want to touch on this weekend for both Saturday and Sunday. Wind gusts going to be a factor. Again, this is almost a carbon copy of the forecast we saw for this past weekend. And once again, the main areas of concern are going to be the Blue Foothills of Morrow County and also the Kittitas Valley, winds gusting between 40 to 50 miles per hour. So we'll have plenty of time this week to get in more model data. These numbers are going to get tweaked. This time frame is going to get tweaked, but it's something that should be on your radar. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm and sunny all throughout the week, with winds picking up on Thursday and a slight cool down by Easter Sunday. In Yakima, a pleasant forecast ahead with some breezy conditions lumped together on Wednesday and Thursday, and also for Saturday and Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy Tuesday, but even stronger winds expected for Easter weekend. Also noticeably cooler into this weekend as well. In Hermiston, warm and sunny this week. Winds a bit stronger on Thursday and trending cooler into Easter Sunday. And then for Walla Walla, up and down temperatures this weekend, but overall sunny and pleasant with some breezes for Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now you're taking a live look at Columbia Point. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick, now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Rich, indulgent chocolate with a luscious caramel filling. Discover Ghirardelli Caramel Squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Bonus zone savings include buy 2, get 1 on select Pepsi 12-packs. And save $50 on Greenworks 40-volt cordless lawnmower. Keeping your dollars in your community. Bi-Mart. Since 1955.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, 524 in your entertainment news. We have some sad news actually out of the entertainment world. One of the stars from Australia's Next Top Model has passed away.
Lucy Markovich, who finished runner-up on the 9th season of the show in 2015 and walked runways for Armani and Versace, has died at the age of 27, and that's according to her official Instagram and her modeling agency.
Elite Model Management said in a statement, Markovich battled a rare brain condition. She had announced on Instagram 3 weeks ago that she would be having surgery on a malformation she described as the size of a golf ball.
The post revealed that she had battled this condition for about 4 years. Her modeling agency calling her a bright, shining light.
So tragic.
It is. Okay, well, who do you think deserves a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Well, the folks who make those decisions want to know the answer.
David Daniel has the details and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Go, go, go!
Nominations are open for the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2026. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce is accepting applications until May 15th. Nomination procedures, frequently asked questions, the applications themselves, and who already has a star can all be found at walkoffame.com.
Low-key, I've always had a crush on you.
Will you be my girlfriend?
The official trailer is out for the Netflix series Forever, inspired by the classic Judy Blume young adult novel about first love. Forever, starring Lovie Simone and Michael Cooper Jr., debuts May 8th.
Just take all the time in the world to, noodle.
Mythic Quest is out of time. Apple TV has canceled the gaming workplace comedy series after 4 seasons. But the show will get to say goodbye, not just game over. This week, Apple plans to re-release last month's season finale with a new ending, suitable for a series finale. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Okay, so of course we don't have it in our memory banks, every single person that's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But if you could see someone, whether you know if they're there or not, who would it be?
If I could just see someone's star?
No, if someone have a star there, and they may already have one, we don't know, right? Who would it be for you?
Oh, putting me on the spot like this.
I like to.
Could you give me a genre?
No, you just have to pick.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
If she has it. I don't think she has one.
Probably not yet.
You would have seen it, yeah.
Yeah,
she will, yeah.
She will.
If he was still alive, Norm Macdonald. I really liked his comedy. So,
and he may have one. We'll look it up.
Yes.
So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, former MLB player and manager Clint Hurdle speaking about his hurdles. He was in Yakima with a message of hope to the community about the toughest battles that he's faced.
And get this, it's a battle that he faced off the field. We have an in-depth look in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is reportedly getting into the smart glasses game. Bloomberg reports Apple is developing glasses with cameras and microphones, similar to Meta's Ray-Bans. The same report says Apple CEO Tim Cook's top priority is augmented reality glasses. Netflix is testing a new search engine powered by OpenAI. Subscribers will be able to look for shows based on their mood. The feature is expected to start rolling out in the U.S. in the coming weeks. And finally, Rory McIlroy may have won the Masters, but it was the phones getting attention from younger fans. Augusta National requires patrons leave their cell phones in their cars or keep them locked up with staff. They have to use telephone booths instead. A 16-year-old from Houston got to use one for the first time. After figuring it out, he called it kind of cool. Masters or not, you know what phone is always locked away? A Nokia. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Let me see my new granddog.
Say hi, Grandma.
You're feeding him Blue Buffalo, right?
No, we got Purina One. It's all the same stuff.
Not really. Blue Life Protection Formula's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Well, Purina One has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Switch to Blue and feed your dog like family.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Will you marry me?
I love you.
If you remember these two, it may be time to start using Neutrogena Retinol Regenerating Cream. It can reverse 7 years of visible aging. Great skin. Oh, to be young.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, spring-like weather. It was a little bit chilly this weekend, but we are seeing more spring temperatures, and I'm loving these cherry blossoms all across the area.
I
so
know,
gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
And speaking of, we have an Apple Valley News Now viewer who sent this to us and captured it pretty perfectly. Look at that.
Yeah, check it out. This gorgeous photo of the cherry blossoms in full bloom was taken at Richland's Howard Amon Park by our viewer Levi Garcia.
So thank you for sending that in, and if anyone else has pictures they'd like to send in, please do. And Josh, will we be seeing more of these temperatures, at least here to stay, and maybe not so much the chilly temperatures overnight?
Yeah, we're going to be seeing weather just like that all throughout this week, except it's going to be even warmer today and tomorrow as opposed to what we saw this weekend.
I love that.
I think back to February when it was like 4 degrees here in the Tri-Cities. We were praying for a forecast like this, and it is upon us. But first, let's talk about our 3-degree guarantee. The jackpot was at 0 on Friday, but hey, now it's at 25. That's wild, right? So I went with the forecast high of 66 in Pasco Tri-Cities, verified right at 66. So yes, the jackpot's now up to $25. So for today, here are the stakes. I'm going with the forecast high, nice balmy 72 in Pasco Tri-City. So if it verifies between 69 to 75, the jackpot's going to go up to $50. If that doesn't happen, then you could win $25. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. Temperatures are chilly this morning, down into the 30s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. The same thing for the Basin and the foothills, even colder for the Blues and Cascades with 20s and 30s. So a lot of us are probably going to run into a little bit of frost this morning. At least there will be that possibility. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Well, in terms of sky cover, it's an easy forecast, all sunshine. But then in terms of high temperatures, yeah, it's going to be nice and balmy out there, as we'll have highs that'll be a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Mid to upper 60s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, low 70s for the Basin, and around 70 degrees for the Blue Foothills. Plenty of sunshine all across the map. And I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's very nice Monday forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:32 and starting your half hour of news with some in-depth coverage. Clint Hurdle spent years under the bright lights of the Major League Baseball stadiums, but he says his toughest battle happened off the field. He visited Yakima and opened up about the struggle in hopes of inspiring others. Our Dan Hansen sat down with him and has the story.
The Merrill Scott Symposium returns to Yakima, featuring a keynote speaker, a former Major League manager who is also still managing himself. Former manager Clint Hurdle, who led the Colorado Rockies to their first World Series and guided the Pittsburgh Pirates to 3 consecutive postseasons, took the stage at the Merrill Scott Symposium to share his personal story of recovery.
Addiction's a disease. It's not just habits. It's not weakness.
Hurdle told the crowd he turned to alcohol to escape the pressure of the game and himself.
I made a bunch of decisions. Some were better than others, and some weren't good at all. I ended up drinking myself into becoming an alcoholic.
Those choices took a toll on his career and his family. But after hitting rock bottom, Hurdle made a decision that changed everything.
You know, there's a day where I finally had enough. I was finally sick and tired of being tired and sick. And I started that process with alcoholic counseling. And I started attending AA. AA has been my branch, my platform in which I've been able to plug in. The best decision I ever made for me was to get sober, and it turned out to be a big blessing for everybody that I loved as well.
The symposium was held in collaboration with Sundown M Ranch, a Yakima-based treatment center that's been helping families since 1968. Executive Director Scott Munson says recovery isn't just about the individual.
The very first proposal that was written by a man named James Oldham, who was also involved in our founding, talked about the need to have services for families and involve the support group and the families of individuals.
Hurdle now sponsors others in recovery, and he says he stays sober by remembering where he came from and staying honest about where he's going.
You know, everybody's journey is different, and it's not linear. However, there is hope. There is hope, but it starts with you. Believing in yourself and believing you're worthy and believing you're not less than, that you can be more than if you'll take a couple steps in a different direction.
Hurdle's message to the Yakima faithful is don't be afraid to ask for help, but one of the most important steps in that process is wanting the help. Reporting in Yakima, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. Turning now to a follow-up, the FBI is releasing videos of an unidentified person who investigators believe could be responsible for setting a Tesla charging station on fire in Washington. The video shows the person carrying a white bag and wearing a black hoodie and face covering. And the FBI says the video shows the person approaching a charging station around 1:30 Tuesday morning. Investigators say fire caused substantial damage to the station and the area around it. They're asking you to contact authorities if you recognize or know anything about this person.
For the first time since November 2019, Oregon is reporting to be drought-free. Snow water equivalent maps show the impact of the wet winter. Every basin across southern, central, and eastern Oregon is reporting 150% or more normal snowpack. Looking ahead to fire season, there should be no shortage of water, and that is good news for fire crews, outdoor enthusiasts, and communities that rely on steady water supplies. Last year, Oregon saw a record-breaking fire season with much of the state in drought. So now Oregon joins Kentucky as one of the only two states currently drought-free.
Also in Oregon, Senator Ron Wyden announces he will hold town halls later this month in many rural counties. Locally, he'll be in Umatilla County on Wednesday, April 23rd at Pendleton High School, and that event starts at 6 p.m. His office says the doors will open 1 hour before the town hall start time for attendees. And Wyden says he will be available to answer questions and hear any concerns and or opinions.
Yakima Valley Trolleys is continuing its mission to restore trolley service to Selah, and it now has an online petition with more than 700 signatures. They're calling on Yakima Valley's elected officials to preserve, maintain, and restore all remaining YVT trolley tracks as needed, including the 6th Avenue line to Selah. If you want to sign the petition, you could head to SaveTheTrolleys.com.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, having a pet can be expensive, and scammers know for some owners, sky's the limit when it comes to our fur babies. So coming up, we have what counterfeit pet items are flooding the market and how you can make sure that you're buying the real deal. That and another look at your forecast is right after the break.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino presents a Mexican Mother's Day celebration with Mariachi Estrellas de Mexico, live on May 10th. Feel the rhythm, savor the vibes, and dance the night away with live mariachi melodies from Jalisco and Michoacan. Celebrate Mom and enjoy drink specials, dancing, and more. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com and the app. Feliz Dia de las Madres at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Gather the family and come on down to the 62nd Annual Parade of Gems, April 25th through the 27th in the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. Go back in time as we present fossils of the Northwest and beyond. See demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. Dozens of vendors will be offering rock and mineral specimens and jewelry too. There will be games, door prizes, and more. Doors open at 10 a.m. Come one, come all to the 62nd Annual Parade of Gems, April 25th through the 27th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community's spirit for 14 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies the question, where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple. With you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player. It's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our boys chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Sweets.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Tonight, it's night 2 of American Idol at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa. Drop the mic. Josh Groban mentors and performs, and the remaining top 24 sing for your vote.
You're incredible.
American Idol, new tonight on ABC.
This morning, GMA gets giggly when the hosts of the mega hit podcast Giggly Squad are here live. Then tomorrow, Cameron Matheson shares his family's journey 3 months after losing his home to the LA fires on Good Morning America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, going to be in the upper 50s up in the Cascades, mid-60s for the Kittitas Valley, low 70s in Vantage. Plenty of sunshine. Breezes gusting out of the east around 30 miles per hour in the Cascades. Light winds overall in the Yakima Valley. These highs right around 70 degrees. Plenty of sunshine here. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, we'll be in the upper 60s to low 70s. Also light winds overall and not many clouds in the sky at all for today. Then for the Blue Foothills, mid to upper 60s, even some low 70s, and then mid to upper 60s in the higher terrain, even at the Blue Mountains. Also plenty of sunshine. Winds gusting out of the north and east around 25 miles per hour, and that would be for the Blue Foothills. All right, now let's talk about our seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses we've been tracking since October 1st. We have all surpluses for the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, but for the Blue Foothills, it's not a surplus, it's not a deficit. We are right on par. We're breaking even for this time of the year. So good stuff for the valleys, good stuff for the basin. We're kind of teeter-tottering, living on the edge right now for the Blue Foothills. And unfortunately, not a lot of rain in the forecast, but I guess that's good news for outdoor plans. We do have a beautiful forecast, beautiful week ahead of us, but getting a little bit windy into this weekend. I'll tell you just how windy coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 542 in your consumer news this morning. We have a question for you. How much do you spend on your pet each year? Well, according to the ASPCA, the annual average cost of caring for a dog or cat is a little more than $1,000 for things like food and routine vet visits. But when it comes to pet accessories, the sky's the limit, and scammers know that. From collars and toys to treats, counterfeit pet products are flooding the market. Today's Consumer Reports has some advice on making sure that you're buying the real deal and not a copycat.
While scrolling through ads of popular pet merchandise, think twice before you click. The Better Business Bureau warns of a significant spike in online scams targeting pet parents with low quality and even unsafe products.
If it's sold out in other places or if it's listed at a higher price in other places and all of a sudden you see it for super cheap on a random website you've never heard of, that's a telltale sign that it might not be a real website or it might be a fraudulent product or a counterfeit product.
The BBB reports that customers of one retailer were left empty-handed, even after being told their items were on the way. To avoid getting scammed, buy only from reputable retailers with a secure website and a physical address and phone number. Check reviews to make sure they're verified, and be wary of overly discounted deals. Use a credit card just in case the product arrives defective or doesn't arrive at all.
There is a danger to a pet if it isn't exactly what you think it is. They could swallow parts, it could be toxic. So you want to make sure that if you're looking for a specific product, that you're using retailers that you can trust or that actually manufactured that product.
Consumer Reports make shopping for quality pet products easy. Experts just evaluated several pet products, including this Jasper 360 finger toothbrush. It's sold at Amazon and Walmart for less than $15. For rainy spring days, the Paws rubber dog boots proved the best option for repelling water and mud. Sold at Amazon, PetSmart, and Walmart for under $20. And Fido will love the Fur Haven Deluxe Chase Lounge dog bed for its L-shaped headrest for less than $65 at Amazon in Walmart. Understand the retailer's return and refund policy. Save a copy of the order confirmation until the item is received. This is Ashley Prieto.
And now when it comes to flea and tick prevention, there are some over-the-counter and prescription products, but some of those could be counterfeit too. So it's always best to talk with your veterinarian to determine the best treatment plan for your pet. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will be back with your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 5:45. We're back after the break.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Check out the Palouse in spring on Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a fantastic day out there. We'll have plenty of sunshine, high temperatures that will be a few degrees above average for this time of the year, mid to upper 60s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, low 70s for the lower Columbia Basin, mostly upper 60s for the Blue Foothills. Of course, cooler for the higher terrain of our mountains. Winds gusting out of the north and east for the Blue Foothills, out of the south and east for the Cascades. Those peak gusts going to be between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then for tonight, a similar situation with the wind gusts and breezes. Overnight lows falling down into the 30s and 40s. So it's probably going to be a little bit too warm to have to tend to the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Will be mostly clear. And our forecast is going to stay pretty dry over the next 7 days. Now, we'll have a little chance for some showers in the Blue Mountains on Thursday, a little chance of a rain-snow mix in the Cascades, at least at pass level for Sunday. But other than that, it's a pretty dry forecast. High temperatures going up and down over the next 7 days, but you can see staying pretty close to this seasonal line for this time of the year. We'll be about 10 degrees above average for tomorrow, but back down to more seasonal stuff for Thursday and a little bit cooler than that for Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, speaking of this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, Looks like it's going to be another windy weekend, almost a carbon copy of what we saw this past weekend. Winds gusting out of the north and west around 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley, around 45 miles per hour for the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. Now, this is an early wind gust forecast, so these numbers are set to change. This time frame is set to change, but it's something that should be on your radar. Okay. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm and sunny all throughout the week, with winds picking up on Thursday and a slight cool down by Easter Sunday. In Yakima, a pleasant forecast ahead with some breezy conditions lumped together on Wednesday and Thursday, and also lumped together for Saturday and Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy Tuesday, but even stronger winds expected for Easter weekend. Also noticeably cooler into this weekend as well. For Hermiston, warm and sunny this week, winds a bit stronger on Thursday and trending cooler into Easter Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, up and down temperatures this weekend, for this week overall, but sunny and pleasant with some breezes for Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:50 in time for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Investigators are still looking into what started a house fire on North Keys Road by the Amazon Distribution Center in Yakima. Take a look. Video from the scene sent in from a viewer. This was Friday around 6 o'clock. Witnesses say a car also caught fire. As we get more information on the investigation, we'll of course pass it along to you.
Doc's Pizza in Granger is warning customers about a fake website pretending to be them on Google. The scam website started a year ago, but now scammers are ramping up efforts by taking fake orders. The owner wants people to know their Facebook page is their only website and they only take orders in person or over the phone.
And a heads up for drivers in Walla Walla. A series of street closures could impact your commute this week. Baum Street between Center and South Division will be closed tomorrow. Howard Street between Juniper and Locust closes Wednesday. And Chase Street between Malcolm and Harrison will be closed Thursday.
Oregon Senator Ron Wyden announces he'll be holding town halls in many rural counties this month. He'll be in Umatilla County Wednesday, April 23rd at Pendleton High School, and that event starts at 6 p.m. His office says the doors will open 1 hour before the town hall, and Wyden says he'll be available to answer questions and hear any concerns and opinions.
And Yakima Valley Trolleys is continuing its mission to restore trolley service to Selah. It now has an online petition with more than 700 signatures, and they're calling on the Yakima Valley's elected officials to preserve, maintain, and restore all remaining YVT trolley tracks as needed, including the 6th Avenue line to Selah. If you want to sign the petition, head to SaveTheTrolleys.com.
Turning now to your national headlines this morning, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home is severely damaged after a targeted attack. This happened yesterday morning as Shapiro and his family were inside sleeping. Fire crews responding to the fire around 2 a.m. The governor, his wife, their 4 children, and 2 dogs, as well as another family, were all safely evacuated. The suspect, 38-year-old Cody Bomber, turned himself in and is facing multiple charges. According to an affidavit filed this morning, Bomber says he was angry with the governor and would have beaten him with a hammer if confronted. Resentencing hearings for Eric and Lyle Menendez will proceed this week. An LA County judge ruled the district attorney's office could not withdraw its motion in support of the resentencing effort. The Menendez brothers are currently serving life sentences for the murder of their parents, and they admitted to fatally shooting their parents but claimed it was in self-defense after years of sexual and physical abuse by their father.
On your business headlines this morning at 5:53, the tour company behind last Thursday's deadly helicopter crash that killed 6 people in New York. That company now shutting down immediately. The FAA making the announcement. The helicopter crashed into the Hudson River about 13 minutes into the scenic flight. After the crash, New York Senator Chuck Schumer urged federal authorities to revoke the company's operating certificate. New York Helicopter Tours was previously involved in 2 other safety incidents investigated by federal authorities.
In your health headlines this morning, the official report from President Trump's yearly physical shows him to be in, quote, excellent cognitive and physical health. That's according to White House physician Dr. Sean Barbella. A memo disclosed that Trump weighs 224 pounds and is 75 inches tall. That's about 6'3". And the note also says Trump scored 30 out of 30 on a Montreal cognitive assessment exam.
And your sports headlines this morning at 5:54, the Portland Trail Blazers have signed coach Chancey Billups to a multi-year contract extension. Now in his 4th season, Billups has led the team to its highest win total of his tenure and has steadily improved Portland's defense, ranking 3rd in defensive rating over the past 40 games. Billups was also introduced into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame last October, capping off a standout career as both a player and a coach. And a big win for the Kraken over the weekend in a shootout over in St. Louis. Chandler Stevenson sealed it with the 7th round with his first career game-deciding goal. Brandon Montour hit a milestone, celebrating his 600th NHL game. Jaden Schwartz scoring his 25th of the season, just 3 shy of his career high. And Philip Grubauer came up big, stopping 20 shots in regulation and all 5 in the shootout. Kraken took the game with a final score 4-3. Next game tomorrow, where they will take on the LA Kings.
Trending this morning now, Blue Origin has a historic human spaceflight that's launching today from Texas, and the crew in the New Shepard's rocket's 31st mission will be all women.
That's right. The 6 women going up include journalist Gayle King, music artist Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez, film producer Carrie Flynn, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowie, and bioastronautics research scientist Amanda Wynn.
There will be no pilots. Yikes. It's a fully autonomous 11-minute journey above the internationally recognized boundary of space. The crew will experience weightlessness and witness views of Earth through windows.
Okay, so it sounds like they're not going too far, just like above, you know, where you can really just see the stars.
A little dose of space.
Yeah, I do that.
I'm watching it live now. Blue Origin has a stream live. So they say right now, T-minus 34 minutes and 42 seconds before liftoff.
They're praying.
Yep, they are.
I would be too.
Absolutely, yeah. They're all circled up. It looks like they're in the area prior to going up, as they'll be loaded into the rocket there, or the spaceship. And
I can recognize Katy Perry.
Yep, Katy Perry's there holding hands with Lauren Sanchez. They're all circled up. Jeff Bezos is there as well. So
we'll try to show you some of this video in our next hour.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what's happening now, and they're getting ready to.
Would you guys do this? Would you go up into space like this? I would.
Yeah, I think I might.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm so scared of heights.
Where's our scared of heights?
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to go 65 miles above?
No, thanks. I'll pass on that. Y'all have fun, though.
We'll take pictures.
Yeah.
Picture didn't happen. Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A Goodwill trailer used for donations stolen out of Findlay. It's now been located after someone noticed the logo was spray painted on. We have details coming up and more in our 6 o'clock hour.
And it was a little chilly this weekend, which makes me ask when those spring temperatures are going to be really here to stay so that I don't have to feel any cold at all. Josh, any hints?
She's looking at me with a lot of, this is a look right now. We're going to be mostly seasonal. In fact, a lot of temperatures above average for this time of the year. I'll tell you more about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.